Hi guys, it's been so long and I haven't had a video. It's really nice to be back. I hope that you've been keeping well. Today I have a really interesting video that I wanted to put up. This is not a video that I had planned to put up. There are two videos. If you remember, the last video I did was about Lourdes, the Marian apparition site that I had visited within the year. I think it's been a year since I did my last video. I've been able to go to two other apparition sites, one in Africa, another one in France. Try to guess which ones. And those are the two videos I've really wanted to put up, but life has been busy. But this came up and I thought it would be a good thing to actually talk about and discuss on the video. So welcome to my channel. So I'll start the story. Many weeks back, I was scrolling on social media, on Facebook, and I happened to come across a poster which someone I know who we were in the same high school, so we were not in the same class. Please don't try to figure out who this is. I went to two different high schools, so it's gonna be a lot of work to try to figure out who this is. So this is someone we went to the same high school with. She puts up a poster on Facebook and says that she's a coach, and I'm like, oh cool, somebody's hustling, like you go girl. So I mean, I'm scrolling down and I just check the packages that she has, and at the top she calls herself a wellness coach, and then the different packages are, I wrote my notes down, yeah, so if I'm looking down, don't worry, I'm just reading my notes. She wrote that she's a spiritual coach, she's doing spiritual coaching, she's using mystical tools, there's career and relationship package, which includes tarot card reading, human design, astrology, and then there's another package, human design reading, birth chart reading, and tarot card reading. Okay, so me doing this video, I'm not trying to bash anyone or to talk bad about what other people are doing. Like, I really can see that she's trying to hustle, you know, she's trying, but this video is just more of a caution, you know, a video that cautions people. So anyway, I see these things and the first thing that comes to my mind, obviously, like, these are things which are not compatible to the Christian faith. Being a Catholic, I think sometimes it's a bit easy to know these things, because when you do the examination of conscience, like before we go for confession, usually there's a list of all the sins from the first commandment to the 10th, and you just read them through, you know, through your book, and you're able to clearly know what's compatible with Christianity and what's not compatible with Christianity. So I saw this, and the first thing that came to my mind, I wrote a message. I wrote it, you know, within the comments, and I'm like, hey girl, like, I hope you're okay, but this is not compatible with the Christian faith. So I wrote that comment, and then I came out of Facebook, and then I quickly just went back and thought that's probably not the best place to talk about, you know, to tell her that. So I deleted my comment. And then I spoke to a priest who is a friend of mine, and I asked him, well, Father, what should I go about with this, you know? And he said, probably just tell her. So I decided to inbox her, and I'm like, hey girl, how are you doing? I see that you're trying to hustle, like, well done, but some of the products you're offering are completely not compatible with the Christian faith. Like, I don't know whether you know that. And she says, hey Joanne, I'm good. I stopped going to church. I'm no longer practicing Christianity. It's 6 years now, and that explains why they're not compatible with the Christian faith. Then I asked her, you know, I tried to say, okay, is there any particular reason why maybe you came out of Christianity? I really don't know whether she was Catholic or she was a Protestant, but I know she was a Christian in school. And she says, and I asked, is there any particular reason why you stopped practicing Christianity? And I told her, should you wish to come back, like, feel free, like, you can always come back. and she said she then responded and said her spiritual journey has led her to that route and she's fine. Yeah, and she, of course, she didn't give the reasons why, and she told me that if I'm interested in learning or if I'm interested in knowing, I don't particularly remember the words that she used, but she gave me hashtags to follow, and she said, I hope that helps you with your faith journey. And I told her, I'm a practicing Catholic, like I'm good, I'm fine. Yeah, and that conversation ended. Yeah, so yeah, just to retaliate what I said, I'm not here to try to bash people's hustles, or to bash her. Like, as far as I know her and remember her, I was in high school like very many years ago. She was a cool girl, she was easy, so I'm not coming here to bash anyone. I just would like to just talk about this, a little bit about this, and just put it out as caution, because I'm aware some people might not know what they're getting themselves into when they go down this route. And sometimes even some people don't receive good catechesis, and so people don't know what is right and what is wrong. So I hope that this video will actually achieve that. So some, like, just out of those products that she had put there, the tarot card readings, things like Ouija boards, going to fortune tellers, going to the occult, or some people are into witchcraft and doing spells. Other people go to psychic, Reiki, yoga, this manifesting. I know manifesting is so big with IG girlies, and self-help books. All these are new age practices, and really I think it springs like from a spectrum. Like, they're all bad, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, all of them are bad. Some may be less form, like probably manifesting or reading these self-help books might not be as bad as doing Reiki or going to Ouija boards and all those things. But I'm just here to say that all these things, none of them are compatible to Christianity. A lot of times people are deceived. Yeah, I know that we are in the age right now where people are seeking healing, like life has so many challenges, yeah, and all of us face these challenges. So sometimes people, we're all broken, like we face grief, we lose people we love. Some people suffer financial hardships, like people who have graduated and have never been able to get a good job for so many years. These are things which cause so much hurt. Some people are assaulted, or they go through narcissistic abuse from their families or from people they love. Others are raped, and it's hard, guys. Like, I really know, like, there's nobody who's not going through hardships, yeah. And sometimes some of these things seek to get people who are very vulnerable. But I'm just here on this video to just say these are the wrong modes to actually seek to try and get healing from, yeah. So I'm gonna talk about like an example of self-help books. One really famous one is The Secret. Guys, to be honest, I read this book when I was in high school, but when I later came to learn, I had to go for confession about reading this book. And this is why, like, even this self-help and manifesting are really not compatible with Christianity. So from the book The Secret, some of the parts of the book say, for example, you are perfection, you are the master, you are all powerful, you are all knowing, you are infinite. Some of these books, this is what they teach. Are those not qualities of God? Are those really your qualities? No, this, according to Christianity, we know that these are qualities of God. And if you remember, in the Garden of Eden, the snake gave Eve the apple. And what did he say? That if you eat this apple, you're going to become like God. Like, aren't these things, can you see? Like, really, can you see? And then these are some of the deceptions of the New Age practices, yeah. And like I said, they are within a spectrum, but you really need to be aware and know that they're not good. They end up causing you so much trouble in your life and opening up so much, opening you up to the demonic forces. You know, things you really don't want to meddle into this. So, two Bible verses clearly speak against these New Age practices. So 2 Timothy 4:3-5 says, "For time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. They will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside to myths." And Leviticus 19:26 says, "Do not practice divination or seek omens." Leviticus 19:31 says, "Do not turn to mediums or seek out spiritists, for you will be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God." Like, it's clear, completely clear. These New Age practices are also called divination. The Bible clearly has told you, do not practice divination or seek bad omens. So, also, if you like watch Catholic exorcists like Father Gabriel Amorth, Father Vincent Lampard, or Monsignor Rossetti, and hear them talk about deliverance of people who have gone like deep into these things, it's really not pretty. Like, it's really it's bad. It's bad. And if you've also attended like prayers and healing or deliverance services within the Catholic Church, for example, the Vincentian ministries or any other ones which are approved and accepted by the Catholic Church, you get to learn that even when there's this, deliverance prayers, within the Catholic Church, again, like I emphasize on that, a lot of people who really manifest, a lot of crazy things happening, yes, they're getting deliverance, are people who went into, who meddled into these things, yeah? So anyway, back to the story. I know that times are really hard, yeah? And I know we are also in the age of healing, like finding healing. We are in the woke era, and people now know like about like traumas. We are learning a lot about traumas, learning a lot about unhealthy parenting. Maybe our parents, their unhealthy habits, which of course they didn't wish to do to us, how it has caused us, and all these generational traumas and all these things. There's so much information about that from the internet, and all this we know. But just to say, like, out of my own experience, or actually out of what I know, there are two ways that you truly can find healing. Number one, Jesus is the wounded healer. Like, God was so good that he actually gave us his own son, Jesus, who came as a man on this earth. So really, he did go through it all. He went through poverty. Like, just look at where he was born, in a manger. He's gone through, like, having, if somebody is an immigrant and they're going through a lot of struggles and problems, like, they had to move from Nazareth, and Jesus had to go and be born in Bethlehem. So he understands this, like, not having even a place to be born. His father Joseph died before him, so he knows. Jesus understands like loss. He understands grief. Jesus was also like Judas. He was betrayed by one of his friends, one of his closest, his boys actually, treated him and gave him a kiss, and yeah, he betrayed him. He also went through grief, losing, loss of people he loved. We are told in the Bible that Jesus wept. So really, there is nothing that he doesn't understand. He is the wounded healer. If you are able to open yourself up to him, he is able to heal you through the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is your comforter, your friend, and even, the deepest hurts you've ever gone through, you can find relief in Jesus. Yeah, just open yourself up to him, or just find ways to be guided in that area. And the second way to actually get healing is also through professional therapists, professional counselors, professional psychologists. Like, guys, I know things are hard. I know sometimes we are vulnerable, and we really are trying to get solutions from anywhere that can be got. But please don't put yourself into holes that will need so much to get you out of those holes. Yeah, so just go to Jesus, number one, and number two, just speak to a professional counselor. You will find relief and you'll be fine. Yeah, I guess just to finish up finally, if anybody has like meddled into these things, you can also find, there's definitely a solution. First and foremost, if you're a Catholic, just go for confession. They say that a confession is equivalent, is more powerful than either 100 or 1,000 exorcisms. So just go for confession. Start there. Start by going to confession immediately. Confess the sin, whatever it is within this new age that you've done, or confess it. The second one would be maybe talk to a priest, and just get guidance from a priest. Also probably just like go to the Vincentian ministries, or go to this healing and prayer and deliverance within the Catholic Church, just to get delivered out of all this. Yeah, I hope that was a very informative video. The truth is, I don't know too much. I just know the basics. Like, don't meddle into these things. Yeah, if you, for example, would want, you feel free to research more on it. Feel free to watch videos. There's a lot out there. So guys, I just wanted to continue, but I really wanted this video to be short. I hope that it will actually be of help to one or two people, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.